warm welcome and thank you for joining us for this live broadcast celebrating the launch of MTN's 5G network. A warm welcome to the media, MTN South Africa, MTN Manco, partners, customers, employees and all stakeholders. A brief note, we are observing social distancing. We have just taken off our masks and we built this enormous desk so that we can observe the correct COVID-19 protocols. On the desk today, I've got Godfrey Motsa, the CEO of MTN South Africa. We're joined by Mapula, Bodibe, Chief Consumer Officer at MTN, and Giovanni Chiarelli. He's the Chief Technology and Information Officer at MTN South Africa. So Godfrey, we have all different viewers tuning in today, and most people know that 5G is the next step after 4G or LTE. But what is the main difference here?
Yeah, thanks, Bronwyn. Maybe it's also important for people to know there was once 1G. In the 80s.
Long time ago.
Long before I was born. So today is actually, in 2020, we're actually launching 5G. There are four main things if you have to compare to 4G. One is the speed. It's over 10 times faster than 4G, so no buffering on video. The second part is capacity. It's got like over 100 times the capacity you have on 4G. So now if you're at the FNB Stadium or Ellis Park, there's no network that's going to be congested if that SIM card is yellow. And then the third part is basically latency, the lag. So everything is on real time now. Then the last part is around reliability. So with the reliability, it basically means that on critical service is very critical because this thing is always available. So 5G is always on, always available.
5G has been a discussion point for a long time. Why now?
Couple of things. I think first and foremost, of course, the technology is much more developed than it was. We started this journey like 2 years ago. But to be honest with you, from a South African perspective, the biggest credit goes to ICASA. ICASA gave us the 5G spectrum, especially on the 3.5. Albeit, it's basically temporary. So because we now have the spectrum, we're able to indicate to the nation, to demonstrate to the nation that we are ready to basically drive the digital revolution. So that's why we are rolling out 5G now. It's because ICASA gave us spectrum. We've been asking it for what? Over a decade. So when they give it to us...
And they finally answered.
They finally, didn't say wake up, they finally helped.
Now, Giovanni, you've been tasked with building, maintaining and growing the network. What did you actually have to do to the network to get it ready for 5G?
Yeah, so for example, when you browse the internet through your device, often you don't realize that hundreds of different network elements have to be in sync across several domains. So it's a long tail, it's a long chain that is starting from the device, the spectrum, the access network, transport network, and the core, and finally the big internet. So talking about 5G, all those elements had to be upgraded or modernized or rebuilt from scratch.
It's time for a speed test. Do you think we should do one, Giovanni?
Yeah, but I would like also to set up a little bit your expectations. So what do you consider is a good performance of the network, for example, at your house?
So anywhere between 30 to 50 megabytes. I want to be able to work, obviously, especially in the current environment, and of course watch Netflix every now and again.
Okay, so I think you will be impressed, yeah?
Well, now you've set yourself up, so hopefully it's not for failure. We've got our first live crossing, and we should have Mpo Pops Morikwani standing by in Bryanston. Good morning, Pops.
Thank you for that, Bronwyn. That was a joke, by the way, Bronwyn. I heard you a long time ago. There's no need for this delay that happens on news shows anymore because 5G is here. I heard everything that you said, Bronwyn. I'm here in the northern suburbs of Johannesburg in Bryanston to test out the speed of 5G. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a road that many have traveled right here on William Nicol. Many speedsters have been caught doing insanely high speeds. But one thing I can guarantee you is they have never reached speeds like this. This is incredible. It's insane. It is faster than fast, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, 5G is so fast, we shot this tomorrow. Yes, you're actually watching something that's happening tomorrow. That's how fast 5G is, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you see it, we reached speeds of 608 Mbps. All right, that's it for me right here for 5G News for MTN. I'm Mpo Pops. Back to you in studio, Bronwyn.
So the speed is definitely absolutely amazing, revolutionary, and exponential change we're looking at. A little later, we're going to hear about the business application for 5G. But this weekend, comedian Jason Goliath caught up with professional super gamer Sam Wright to get her thoughts on gaming and 5G.
Happy?
We've got some space. I can take this off now.
All right, now that we're physical distance, I get to chat to Sam Wright, professional gamer and Shoutcaster. Sam, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am amazing. I'm a little bit overwhelmed because I'm excited to chat to you. And therefore, I want to start with simple questions. What is a Shoutcaster?
So basically, a shoutcaster is someone who commentates on competitive video games. We just gave it a cool name because commentator sounded a bit boring.
So you guys are too cool for the old, because every sport in the history of the world, commentator, you
Not
guys,
us.
Shoutcaster. So you don't necessarily have to shout, but you commentate on the games.
We commentate on the games, but we just wanted a better name.
Okay, now that we got that question out the way, I have a personal question for you. When I read that I was getting to interview a professional gamer, I have to be honest that you are not what I was picturing. Like, in my mind, professional gamers are people that don't ever leave their mother's house. They live there in the dungeon. Like, when they come out, there's a daddy long legs here, there's a thick unibrow and a beard, because then even the girls, just because there's no bathing except once a month on an odd Tuesday, like there's a smell of mothballs, and you quite look like you're a normal everyday person.
I'm a normal everyday person. Some gamers are what you're saying, and also a lot of normal people with corona who've been locked up are like gamers now. So
Right.
we're all the same,
So
really.
we're all bearded, unibrowed, mothballed. No, it's fair. I feel if you smell mothballs, at least we are clean. I want to chat to you about 5G, and I'll tell you why. I'm kind of an amateur gamer, so I have a once a week FIFA night with my boys, and since the whole lockdown story, we've been doing it online for the first time. So then I upgraded everything, and my service provider told me that they're giving me 200 up and down. They're not yellow, I can tell you that for sure, because the highest I've seen is only like 60 up and down. And then people were saying to me, no, but you've got to move your gaming to 5G. How fast is 5G, and why is everybody so excited about it?
So 5G is about 100 times faster than a 4G connection.
Oh, wait. So how many times?
100 times faster than
Then-
a 4G.
So 100 times faster than what we consider to be the best already.
Mobile-wise, the best 4G. 5G is 100 times faster. Upload, download. Basically, the best way for me to explain this is
Yeah.
you got an update for FIFA
Yeah, yes.
on your PlayStation.
Yeah, takes a while.
Takes a while. Normally, for me,
Yeah.
I would set it up overnight, go to bed,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back now.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll probably be able to download 4 or 5 games in that time.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, you could if you're lucky, or you could just do the upload or the download and the upgrade and
Wait.
go
Did you say download 4 or 5 games overnight?
overnight
With
yes.
5G?
With 5G.
4 or 5 games?
Yes.
So I'm not talking about updates, games.
We're talking about games.
Okay.
Updates, you can go and have a pizza, come back, and you'll be ready to play your game.
So super, super fast.
Super fast.
But I play on PlayStation. My friends, some of them play on Xbox. I can see, play on, I don't know if this is from the Big Bang Theory, but this is one of those Big Bang Theory things. And I feel like I'm having my penny moment that I've been dreaming of. So what about cross-functionality? Because for me, it sounds like for apps and games on my phone, it's going to be great. But what about PC, laptop, Xbox, PlayStation, all of the platforms? Will it work?
It will definitely work, and this is what's exciting. So lots of games are coming out: Apex, Warzone, all the battle royales,
Yeah.
cross-platform.
I don't play any of those.
You don't play any
I
of
play
them.
FIFA only.
We're gonna have a little lesson afterwards. I think I'm gonna get you in there. You're gonna get excited about
You
it.
just want me to shoot something. I can see it in your
Shoot
eyes.
something. But those sort of games they have cross-platform functionality.
Yeah.
So it means that if you've got a PlayStation, I've got a PC, we
can play together, yeah.
But there's always been latency issues and things like that with 5G. It's gonna change that, especially for mobile users.
Latency is a word that initially, and I can be honest, I thought it was like plural for latex. Like I thought there was like I couldn't understand. Then when I see it on my screen, I don't know what it is, but I know if I got full bars, because there's like a gauge on FIFA, if I got full bars of latency, we're gonna have 100's time. Most of the time, I only have 3 bars, and that means a little bit of stop motion FIFA, which I like to just think about as, Ronaldo doing the robot, which is, it can be cute if there's nothing else you can deal with. So what is latency? And then compare the latency that I have with my standard provider to what I'm going to expect with 5G.
Okay, so you like your Ronaldo doing the robot.
I don't like him doing the robot. I like him to be smooth.
Smooth.
I'm saying I'm getting used to the robot because I don't have a choice and beggars can't be choosers.
Fair enough. So for me, I like the shooting games. And what that means is I'm playing online with my friends in real time, and I'm the last person standing. I've got to clutch this game. I've got to win. I'm peeking around the corner. The other person's peeking around the corner. And I shoot, and he shoots at the same time. And for some reason, I die. And I don't understand because I think that I hit him first. That's latency. It's a little bit of lag. It means the data being shared is a little bit slower. 5G.
I call it Jackie Chan movies.
Jackie Chan movies.
Where the mouth is moving, but the sound is a few seconds later. Is that latency?
That's latency. So when I take my shots, my bullet's coming a little bit later, and I miss it, and then we die. Latency means that I'm not going to have that problem, and all my friends will think I'm incredibly good when I shoot someone.
So on 5G, it's basically everyone else is like almost in slow motion. You can see them before they even see you, because I know you guys look for reflections in weird places, and then you just shoot people. You don't even know them. You don't know their backgrounds. You just pull out a gun. You just didn't ask questions about how are things at home, how are you surviving, just and then you laugh and say evil things over your comms.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it.
So what you're saying is it doesn't matter what game I'm playing. It doesn't matter whether the game is cross-platform. It doesn't matter whether mobile, Xbox, PlayStation, whether I'm playing on anything from a Wii all the way, anything that can connect to the internet, 5G is going to be better.
It's going to be better for you as a mobile solution. It is the best in terms of the speed, the latency, and also the future for me is a big one to look at, because the cloud technology that you're going to be able to use, it means things like VR. You're not going to need all the cables. You'll be able to do far more in your gaming setups. Also with cloud gaming, it means you're going to get access to far more games from a mobile point of view. You'll be able to play games almost anywhere, and it's not going to be the upload, download that you'll need because you can access them in the cloud. It's basically going to change the way we game, and most importantly for me, allow more people access to video games and the chance to game.
I feel like I can summarize everything that you've just said. I'm gonna do it to this brow over here. Essentially, you know this fancy internet that you think you got that you're bragging about to your friends? At the moment, what Sam is saying is we've all been on some But once you hit that 5G, it takes you from to vrpa immediately. On your marks, get set, you're better than everybody in the world. 5G. Correct?
Correct.
Correct. What are you waiting for?
Mapula, I'm keen to find out how consumers, or you believe consumers, are going to respond, and I'll come to you in just a moment. But Giovanni, let's assume that the demand is huge. What is the current footprint? And talk to me about rollout in the short and the medium term.
Yeah, so today we proudly announce 100 sites already in terms of 5G rollout in the country. Obviously, the lion's share is with the 3.5 gigahertz band, which is considered the golden band for 5G. So we have already rolled out it in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, and Bloemfontein. But we want also to showcase the other potential opportunities in 5G, and for these is with other bands. For example, 700, we have targeted a few small towns, for example, Port Alfred. Yeah. If you look at vice versa, the coexistence of 18 and 2100 megahertz, we have it again in Johannesburg, and we have it in Port Elizabeth. And on the 28 gigahertz, which is the ultra speed in terms of band, again, Pretoria, Durban, and Johannesburg. So it's a quite consistent footprint already.
Diversified, consistent footprint. Now, Mapula, let's talk about the fact that MTN has, or you wanted to come in, Godfrey, you're about to jump at me. What is it?
Can I jump in?
Yes, of course you can.
We have an internal debate and an ambition with Giovanni.
Right.
So Giovanni, I'm saying it's great that we are in many towns, we're in big cities, but with all due respect, South Africa is almost 60 million people. And then if today you're on 96% 4G coverage, we have to accelerate on 5G. So he has said to me, Godfrey, go to ICASA, get the spectrum, and then within 12 months, I will cover at least 10 million people. So I've basically made an internal bet.
Well, now you
It's
just
between-
externalized that.
I have to basically get ICASA to give me the spectrum, and then Giovanni has to find the capex, and has to work 24 hours like he always does.
So now it's out there. Giovanni, there's no going
the
back.
race is on, but
12 months, 10 million people, let's get the spectrum.
So we like these bold and round numbers in terms of targets. So
Well, Godfrey's mentioned that you've got 96% coverage of 4G across the country. And of course, you are consistently independently voted SA's best network. How are you expecting consumers to react to 5G? Or is this really going to land up being a niche business product, Mapula?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like Godfrey mentioned, our ambitions are really bold. We might be starting small, but, our core belief is that everyone deserves the benefit of a modern connected life. So ultimately, we want every South African to really experience the potential of 5G. And I think, what it promises is really life-changing for all of our customers. It will change the way we work, the way we play. And, for us as an operator, the opportunity is really that we can actually develop a new ecosystem of services that will really, really make, customers' lives different. So I think ultimately our ambitions, as Godfrey has mentioned, is to make sure that all our South African customers experience the power and potential of 5G. Faster connections, more reliability, and really exponential in how they can actually enjoy their experiences.
Now, we saw Sam Wright and Jason Goliath gaming earlier, but you've got another first from a gaming perspective from MTN, haven't you?
No, certainly. I mean, I think, the real potential of 5G needs to be experienced. And we're quite excited because our digital team has really achieved something remarkable. MTN will be the first network operator in the Southern Hemisphere to demonstrate AAA game cloud streaming technology on our 5G network. It's quite exciting for us. What it means is that, AAA games are going to be available instantly on a mobile device, where the device becomes the controller and you actually don't need a console. So we've partnered with Image Gaming, and we're quite excited that we can actually demonstrate a real proof point of how you can enjoy this amazing technology.
I believe gamers are now jumping right out of their seats, and we're going to have a look at this cloud gaming on 5G, which Mapula said is a first in the Southern Hemisphere. And of course, this is all done on MTN's 5G network.
So, Sam, this is very important to me. The only thing I understand about clouds is Nicholas always says to me, don't be the cloud, be the silver lining. So then I understand that, yes, I want to be the silver lining, but I also understand that my mobile screen is the screen that I'm looking at most of the time. And mobile gaming for me to now has been Candy Crush. Finished, because my mobile can't handle anything better than that. What does cloud gaming, 5G, mobile, when I bring those things together, what does that mean in my life?
With 5G, because of the upload-download speeds, cloud gaming allows us to take the big titles. So the games that I would play, the real games.
Yeah.
And Candy Crush is a game, but the real games that the big boys and girls play.
Yes.
So like The Witcher, which everyone knows, you've seen it on TV, you'll be able to play that on your phone.
You see, this is making me, because Candy Crush for me is like the pink weights at the gym. They're weights, but they're the pink and the blue ones. Now we're moving to the proper ones, those weights that don't have colors. Okay, so Witcher, what else am I getting?
So this is the bench press, basically, in the gym. MTN has partnered with Emerge Gaming. This is the first in the Southern Hemisphere.
Okay.
Cloud gaming, hundreds of titles. All you need to do is get an app on your phone. You go in, you choose the game you want to play. 5G allows you those fast upload and download speeds. I've got Star Wars set up on my mobile.
Yeah.
I've got my Xbox controller layout.
I see your X, Y, B, A.
And then I basically just go straight into it.
Graphics are unbelievable.
Pew, 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 pew.
So I want you to be honest with me. Is your mind really blown? Because my mind is blown.
My mind's blown. I love that they've got the controller set up like this. I can't believe that this is a game that I would normally play on my PC or my console. I've now got it on my phone. I need some time to get used to the controls, but this is amazing.
Have you ever been able to play one of these games on your phone? Be honest now.
Honestly, not a AAA title like this. Normally set up to be designed that maybe there's a mobile version, but this is the full game that I'm getting a chance to play.
So this is like, Emerge is like Netflix, but for games.
Exactly that.
And on your phone.
And on your phone.
So if I see you playing a game, I can play the game immediately.
Immediately, and we can play it together.
What year is it? What year is it? So essentially, we are being taken from, remember the program Beyond 2000? Finally, we are living that Beyond 2000 life. We are going from Candy Crush to every game that you can play on your Xbox, on your PlayStation, you can now do on your mobile with the same graphics and speed. This is the face of my mind being blown.
Well, I'm certainly going to have to take up gaming after this broadcast. Completely exponential was the word that I used earlier. Godfrey, COVID-19 has fast-tracked the release of temporary spectrum, but we obviously have the auction coming in November. What is at stake here? And let me ask you this. I mean, what is the best outcome for the country?
Actually, I still prefer to answer the question, what's at stake? What's at stake is the future of the country. South Africa will fall behind if we do not release the 5G spectrum now. We cannot do what we did with 4G, 10 years of nothingness. We need the 5G spectrum now so we can actually fuel the digital revolution. We can't be spectating and clapping for the Chinese and the Americans and all these guys who are leading on 5G. South Africa has to lead in the continent, and MTN, we're ready. We're just basically waiting for the spectrum, and we have already demonstrated with what we have now that the future that people are dreaming of, it's here. Now we just have to make sure that it's basically at scale, and then everyone can actually even access it.
So there's no doubt about the best outcome for the country.
We are super hungry for the spectrum. It's our oxygen. We need it to breathe.
Well, there's so much at stake here, and especially being for enterprise, which is one of the large beneficiaries, as Godfrey was saying. Earlier this week, businessman and entrepreneur Andile Khumalo sat down with MTN's Chief Enterprise Business Officer, Wanda Manthandela, and asked about the impact of 5G on business.
So, Wanda, MTN is launching 5G. Many people may be wondering, what's the hype all about? Is it a real thing? Will it add real value? Tell us more.
Yes, Andile. We're very excited at MTN. Definitely a milestone for us. It's another new generation of network. And yes, you could argue it's a bit of both, you know. There's a hype around it because of the benefits that 5G promises to bring our consumers and our businesses. Everybody knows that 5G promises, you know, faster speeds. We know for a fact that, you know, we just rolled out 4G now, and then we're moving into 5G. And I'm not an engineer, but I mean, Nigeria will tell you about the speeds that, you know, you can expect about 10 gigabits per second as compared to what you're getting now. So from a mobility perspective, you know, there's a benefit there. But also, there's another benefit around reliability, you know, of 5G. That at least, you know, you can actually have your meetings uninterrupted, you know, because of the network is so reliable. But also then there's promises around, you know, capacity. You know, today, the towers that we have, they can take, you know, a limited number of devices. But now with 5G that's coming up, you know, there's an increase in capacity. So yeah, there's lots of benefits that are coming.
So many people speak about 5G as an enabler. For a business, all I'm interested in is something that's going to add real value for me, something that's going to give me better insights, better outcomes. How does 5G do that?
So put it this way, I mean, businesses of all sizes, you know, whether you're a small business, whether you're a large business, whether you're an NGO, you know, depending on the mandate. At the end of the day, like you said, you just want to know which is 5G. You know, what it means is, for instance, let's just take small businesses. Small businesses, you know, by far, you have to manage your budget. You know, your resources are very much constrained. And with now mobility, you always have to go out and look for business. That's another thing. Whilst probably you might be lucky if you've got, you know, staff that work within the office. So for you, it's kind of like 24 hours. So you have to always be on. And you need a reliable network to make sure that at least you do not miss, you know, business calls. So for small businesses, for instance, definitely mobility is critical, that, you know, they partner with a reliable network, which that's what 5G, you know, promises. But also come to think of it around small businesses. You know, 5G produces opportunities because now, with the speeds that we see, you know, with 5G coming up, that is going to open, you know, a whole lot of opportunities for small businesses.
But what about big business?
So big businesses as well, I mean, they definitely stand an opportunity to benefit from 5G by far. I think the most important thing to keep in mind, Andile, is that, at the heart of any business strategy now, if that business strategy does not take into account the technology evolution, chances are they'll be left behind. So simply because technology kind of like cuts across, whether then you're looking at opportunities of, increasing your revenue streams, whether you're looking at innovation that will help you stay ahead of your competition, or whether you're looking at just, how are you going to contain or even, your costs. Technology is at the heart of that.
The benefits of 5G can do a lot for education, health, and other basic services. Anything you've seen around the world that we can start thinking about as a country?
Yeah, to be quite honest, I mean, especially in our continent, and I'm talking Africa now, we've got our own unique challenges, one around infrastructure deployment. We're always lagging behind, the global trends. And with 5G, definitely there's a big opportunities that it can help address some of the challenges that we have in Africa. And maybe let's just talk about two sectors which are a big problem in South Africa. One, health. Okay, and what maybe 5G can definitely do, in health, and two, maybe education. And let's start with education. So today, for instance, I mean, real case again, COVID, the stats are going up of infections everywhere. And as such, you don't want students to lose, another academic year. So guess what happens? You want e-learning, people to be able to access content. But the problem is, for you to be able to do that, when you're at home, you have to make sure that that content, sits on a platform that the student can access it. But for you to be able to do that, you need devices to be able to do that. And of course, you need devices that will allow you, to be able to get the right speeds to access that content. So data becomes very critical. And also, with this online training, which is now the trend, who knows? I mean, today you've got UNISA, called what is distant learning. And some people then prefer to go to class. But now with COVID, who knows, maybe then you might have curriculums or people where they choose, online, and where you don't go to class. But also, I think there's a benefit for even, tutors or lecturers that, with 4G and reliable network, that you can actually, get to tutor or lecture to a large group of students,
Right.
in different locations.
Right.
So that's number one. But also, I mean, if I can talk about other real challenges in education, the feeding scheme, the process, for instance. I mean, you have, schools in the deep rural areas, right, today, where there's no technology, and they've got limited resources. And as such, for instance, that we're battling around, matriculants, the pass rate. But with a reliable network, now you can actually link up, those schools or entities that have got the resources, deploy the infrastructure, and through maybe some kind of technology that links up with the poor schools. And what it will do is that if you've got a great maths teacher, for instance, that is based in Durban, for instance, then, a student sitting somewhere in Richards Bay will be able to understand exactly, what they are saying in real time. And then they can ask questions. So those are some just the benefits that, you can expect. But of course, there's lots as well, even in health, rural areas. And now with 5G, you can have a specialist sitting, for instance, in the metropolitan city, whether it's Joburg or Durban, and then, can actually connect with someone who's sitting kilometers away from that.
That is loud and clear. Thank you so much, Wanda, for taking out the time. And clearly the future is 5G. And thank you, MTN.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely the future is bright, eh? Yeah.
As Wanda says, huge benefits across the board, especially in healthcare and education. It's time now for another speed test. And we've got Nick Goliath standing by outside 22 Sloan Bryanston. Now, this is the largest startup campus in Africa. Nick, you ready with your P40?
Oh yeah, thank you so much, Bronwyn. Yes, I'm out here at 22 Sloan. We're going to do a speed test on the new 5G with this amazing P40. As you can see, it is a bright sunny day, and here we go with the test. Now, it's all happening, ladies and gents. Have a look at those numbers. As you can see, straight away off the mark. This is basically what happens if you put a Verpa engine into a bicycle or onto a bicycle. I don't know how that would work, but this is what your rev counter would look like. If your rev counter looks like this on your normal car, take it to a mechanic. So that's the download speed, 749 megabytes per second. Now we on upload and we should be hitting about 199.97. I'm so happy there are no metro cops around because I feel like I would be going straight to jail. That was amazing. MTN 5G, the future is here. Back to you in studio, Bronwyn.
Well, this weekend, Pops Madikwane and Nick spent some time playing on the new Huawei P40 Pro. And of course, this was on MTN's 5G network. I'm not so sure how much productive time was gotten through, but they certainly had a lot of fun.
Doc, so I know you've been hearing 5G this, 5G. 5G is here, my guy, and it is blind fast. Like, fast.
How fast is fast?
My bro, faster than if Caster Semenya had a child with Usain Bolt and they gave that baby Barocca C, Red Bull, and 2 coffees. That fast.
Faster than that?
Faster than that. Faster than a Gau train during traffic.
Never.
Faster than black people sing Eddie Blow van Onze Hemel during the national anthem.
Because you don't sing it. You just blow. That's all you know. We know.
Yeah.
We know. I've seen it. Blow.
Fast.
Yeah, okay.
But listen, I'm tired of telling
Hello. How are you guys? How are you guys? Oh, sorry. Under the mask. It's me under the mask. How are you guys? What you chatting about? Looks quite intense.
I'm telling Nick about 5G and I'm actually showing him how fast it actually is.
I've been playing around with it as well. Been trying and testing the waters a little bit. You have no idea what it's doing for my DJing career.
Yes, it must have changed your whole entire world.
Incredible. I'm going from downloading songs to about 3 minutes to under 10 seconds.
The biggest
10
liars.
seconds.
The biggest
No, let me show you. Let me show you. You don't want to believe me?
No, the proof.
10 seconds.
Have a look how quickly that's all.
I can't even log onto Instagram in 10 seconds on 4G. Don't lie
Downloading,
to me.
uploading, streaming, whatever it is, if it's related to music, it's there and it's happening.
Bam.
Bam.
Upload, download, same speed.
Stream.
Consistent.
Insane.
5G.
Amazing. But anyway, my coffee's ready. I'm off. Enjoy your day, guys.
Shut.
Cheers, guys.
She uploaded and downloaded like she's on 5G. Did you
10
see? Just in and out. Boom,
seconds,
boom, boom. Gone.
Look, I'll show you the speed test, right? So what you running at home?
So-
10 meg line, 20 meg
I
line?
got a 20 meg line. Supposed to be 20 meg up, 20 meg down.
Okay.
On a good day, I get 18 megs up, 18 megs down, and maybe 2 megs up.
So I'm gonna run a speed test for you. Yeah, no tricks, no magic.
I'm watching you.
Look at that. We're already up to 400.
I've never seen it go all the way.
It's just sitting there. What does yours do?
No, mine just... It's hop, 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 hop,
Yeah,
hop.
man,
Hey, T,
What's
my
going
guy.
on, boys?
Okay, this is someone that understands. Because music, I assume, is easier. Videos, a lot more difficult.
This is the 5G thing.
This is the 5G thing.
Okay.
So you, on average, how many videos would you upload?
I'm doing like once a week, twice a week on a good day, because sometimes it takes too long to post.
How long does it take to upload that one video?
Well, my 8 hours, 12 hours.
That's what I'm dealing with.
8 hours, 12
That's what
hours.
yeah.
And now with 5G?
I'm saying I can take up my phone. I can say video, upload. You can wait 10 seconds, it's there now. Same
Never.
time. I promise
Never.
you. We can do it right now.
You're not even plugged into
Nothing.
a router,
Nothing.
into a something.
I'm posting every single day now because of that. Because now I've got time. There's no more 8-hour delay. On a mask.
Because for 8 hours, you're just sitting there, just looking at the screen. No
Not
time for
posting.
creativity.
You got that,
yeah, you're just there.
But
You're
it's
even
nice
busy.
to go get this thing, né?
Enjoy.
enjoy
You're
it,
just-
my guy.
There's no ways, bro.
Dog, 5G, it's here. It is here to stay. We all need... You see, if this lady's Tinder date was on 5G, he'd be
He'd
here
be
by
here
now.
already. Still waiting for
She's
an
still-
Uber, trying to find
still-
signal.
Exactly.
If you look at his pants, that's how my line, my 4G,
Yeah, your line is like
it
that.
updates, it loads till the
those
socks,
pants
and
had
then you see
5G,
that gap. That's
yeah.
where it just stays. Like it doesn't get past the...
That's the problem. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? If those
That's
pants were
4G.
5G, they'd be there by the ankle.
Yeah, they would have made it all the way. They would have downloaded immediately.
Nine. It's like a short pants that grew up.
But 5G... Short pants that's reaching for the top shelf, you know?
No, but on a serious note, my guy, 5G is here And the world as we know it is about to change, my friend.
So you're saying if I'm doing a live stream, if I want to upload videos, 5G is the way to
5G. Think about it this way. Everything that's going to happen, the world of internet we're entering into, where your appliances speak to each other, self-driving cars, that is only possible through 5G. And it is here, my friend.
Load this on 5G. It's loaded already.
Already. You watched this video before we shot it. That's how fast 5G is.
We're only shooting tomorrow.
5G. Back to the future. The
How many
future
meters
is back.
Yeah, this is beyond 2000, but we're in beyond.
Pagati inside.
It's like Back to the Future, but we're in the future and we can't go back.
We the DeLorean.
5G is the DeLorean.
Despite what we've seen from Nick and Pops, were there any serious people on the 5G network this weekend?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people had a good time, but hey, 5G is for both work and play.
Well, talking about work, one of the people that was working on the 5G this weekend was techpreneur Giovanni, and he sat down with Jason Goliath to talk about hackathons, developers, and coders.
Now I'm super stoked to chat to the chief executive geek from Geek Culture. I don't know if chief executive geek is like a term that I'm allowed to use, but essentially this bra took the other pill. When he sees the world, it's in those green lines. You see, you and I see color, he sees other things from Geek Culture, who are a tech community of 15,000 young, intelligent, technically equipped people. This is their fearless leader. Misho, how are you, my brother? Thank you for joining.
I'm all good, hey? I love the intro. The geeks would definitely love that kind
Do they
of
appreciate it?
Yeah,
I don't know if geek is like a term that I can use, because I'm still very sensitive on terms. And then when I look at you, because I want to say you're the main geek.
No, we love the term geeks. Actually, that's what we want to be called because, you know, we love technology, but we also maintain the social life as well because, you know, there's nerds and then there's geeks, but there's a whole different conversation.
You see, now I've been painting all of you with the same brush. I understand now that the geeks are the cool kids of
most def.
Okay, so in terms of geeks, I'm kind of an entry-level geek.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have a geek with exemption. I've got entry-level geekness, and I'm excited about 5G.
Sure.
In terms of geek culture, you guys must be chomping at the bit, literally overwhelmed with excitement. Tell me why 5G means so much to your community.
I mean, we can't wait to start connecting to it. For a lot of things, the community is all about building stuff. Building stuff that solve problems, and they're always doing quite a lot of that. And one of the biggest challenges that they face is connectivity.
Of course.
You find that sometimes it's lagging. Sometimes it takes a while for them to actually upload the projects that they're working on. So development time is a bit slow behind. So with things like connectivity and the 5G that's coming, it's going to make life a lot easier. I mean, we do a lot of hackathons.
So what is a hackathon? Because I feel like, you know, when you feel like the FBI just started listening to your conversation.
Yeah.
What are we hacking, and why are we hacking into the bank?
We're not hacking into the bank.
Okay, I was just maybe looking for a favor during these dark times for comedians.
I don't have you.
But continue.
Yeah,
so what are we hacking?
So what we're doing is really hacking solutions to make life better, to make communities better. So it's a lot of finding problems around us and then coming together. So we form different teams. In these times, we can be virtual and we hack virtually wherever you people are sitting. And then we form teams and then we solve particular problems using technology.
And how big would a hackathon be? How many people are hacking at the same time?
The numbers, I mean, it can be anything from 10 to 200 to 1,000 people at a particular time.
But now if you have 200 people at one location, surely those 200 people are being bottlenecked and don't have access.
So, yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges that you find that you're sitting with 200 people, each one connecting on 2 devices.
Yeah.
So you literally have 400 plus devices connected.
In one space.
Exactly. So it slows down the process, and you find when it comes to presentation, some of the stuff is not working, and people will use the excuse that it was working before.
So if 4G was the bottleneck of 200 people, what does 5G mean in your life?
5G means we literally can do some really, really cool stuff.
It's the volundlela.
Open
the road.
Open, and we just go in. We go in hard. So there's a lot of stuff that the guys can do from an AI point of view, playing around with the Internet of Things. So it just opens up possibilities.
I find the Internet of Things very, very exciting because we see it, and I feel like South Africans almost see it as something that exists only in the movies. Like it's never really going to be in my house where my fridge tells me that, hey, hey, Baba, you need to go groceries. Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What does 5G mean specifically for the Internet of Things?
I mean, probably let's just start by making it simple, the Internet of Things. So it's like holiday times, you have to travel somewhere, right? And you leave home, and you leave your home, you have to decide, do I leave the lights on or do I leave the lights off, right? You go, sometimes you have to bring someone to come and switch on the lights. Maybe it's not what you want to do.
We don't trust those people also.
Exactly. You don't want your neighbors, your Makelanis to see that you're not home. So with the Internet of Things, you're able to switch on and off lights in your house and control where you want the lights to be switched on. It's not necessarily something new. People have been doing it, but it's starting to pick up quite a lot. And one of the things you can actually do is just play around with Twitter. So a lot of people are sitting on Twitter and
complaining about me and my jokes. Yes, that's what they do on Twitter. Tell me that I'm fat all the time for no reason.
Ask easy. But a lot of them are really sitting there. But you can actually do things like feed your dog. So you can actually just tweet and feed your dog.
From Twitter?
Yeah.
Hashtag feed my dog. How do you...
Well, so you program the solution, the application, and you can just use a tweet and it just feeds your dog. So obviously from your side at home, you've connected everything, and at a particular time when you just tweet, it will be able to just open up the food for your dog to eat.
You see, Misho, what you've done is help me unpack this in such simple and organic terms. What you're saying is 5G is not only going to give me the fastest internet my brain can even imagine, but it's also going to help me make my whole home a computer because the Internet of Things finally works, but it can be simplified to something as feeding my dog from Twitter.
Yeah, it means now we are connected much faster. There's no cuts. You can even take it as far as from a medical point of view. So the opportunities and the possibilities are quite endless.
What Misho's saying is this, 5G is for everyone. Whether there's 200 of you and you've got those fancy geeky computers and you're all trying to do two machines at the same time, everybody's now connecting seamlessly. But you can also feed your dog from Twitter. Hashtag 5G for dogs.
Just a reminder to the media to send your questions via WhatsApp to Jackie O'Sullivan, and Godfrey and the panel will answer those questions shortly. Now, one of the experts experiencing 5G this weekend was Daliso Ngoma, and he stopped by with his 11K 360 camera to talk about virtual reality and 5G.
Hi, my name is Daliso Ngoma. I'm the managing director of a company called African Technopreneurs. So we focus primarily on 360 cameras, such as the Insta360 Titan, and also virtual reality equipment, and distributing this all within South Africa. So when we're looking at the possibilities of 5G and how it can actually apply to the stuff that we even distribute, is that you see this camera right here, it streams at around 11K. And with 5G needing all that data, at least we can actually do it at low latency. So meaning that, for instance, you can actually even conduct a surgery. Students don't have to watch from the window. They can actually see a live view of what exactly is happening there. And even for students, quite a lot of them not being able to go to like the Kruger National Park and even just going for a museum tour, you can actually get quite a lot of this content streamed directly into your headset. So this will be a virtual reality headset, but if you don't even have a virtual reality headset, you can even use your phone to actually view the same stuff. So again, is that when we're looking at all the possibilities ahead, is that it makes it so much easier for quite a lot of people to be in one place, being able to get stuff at high data rates and doing it at a low latency.
And now to close out this morning's amazing array of experts, we're going to hear from Siphiwe Ngwenya from Naki Technologies, and that is on the use of 5G to identify water leakages.
Hello, my name is Siphiwe Ngwenya and I am the Chief Executive Officer of a technology startup called Naki Technologies. And we have a product called Mr. Manzi. Now, Mr. Manzi is a chatbot that you can send the nearest location of a water leak to, and we utilize that location to then ping an API, which then collects the GPS coordinates, which then gives us the location of the leak. Now, we were sitting and thinking, what else could we add to this? So what we ended up doing was we got a drone. With the drone, we are then able to then take videos of specific locations, so where the municipality would have laid down water pipes. and then we are able to fly the drone over that. Now, the miracle of 5G and how 5G is going to help us in this, previously, after you take this video, you would need to put it in a flash drive of some sort so that you can analyze it later. But with the advent of 5G, suddenly means you can stream the video live to your machine and conduct an analysis at that point in time, meaning there's no lag or there's no waiting for you to be able to conduct an analysis so that you come back and you fix the leak later on.
Before we go to the panel with closing questions, we have got another speed test standing by. And Jason Goliath, where are you? Jason, Godfrey, let's come to you in terms of how you're feeling right now. This is such a big day for you. I mean, you must be wanting to leap out of your chair with excitement.
No, man, I'm super excited. Super excited about the fact that really the 5G digital revolution, we are making it real. I've said it to a number of people that the future classroom, especially with these pandemic times, is basically at home. The future factory is going to be on digital. The future hospital is going to be on 5G. It's digital. So we are basically the railroads. We are the infrastructure that is required to deliver a digital future. Sorry again, sounding like a broken record. For us to build a digital future, we need spectrum.
Well, of course, Jason has been keeping us in suspense, and he is standing by to do another speed test. Where are you, Jason?
Are we? All right, so as you can see, I'm out in Four Ways at Design Quarter, just off William Nicol. If you stay in this area, you know traffic. Your middle name is traffic, and slow is what you are used to, but not anymore, because MTN 5G is here. Speed tester ready? Let's go. In real time. Come on, I don't even know what it's doing. I don't even need to check. I know it's unbelievable. Look at that. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, so that's 644 megs. That's ridiculous as a download speed. Ridiculous, and already idling at 85. Not even, I mean, come on. 644 down, a good 85.9 up. Say it with me. That's the way, we like it. It's so fast. Bronwyn, back to you guys in the studio. Vrpa.
Well, let's go to our discussion. Yeah, exactly. I must admit, the vibe out there is tangible, exciting, and I'm sure consumers are equally excited. So, Mapula, a number of questions have come through on how people are going to access 5G and the costs associated with 5G. Can you pick up there?
So it's very exciting for us, and you know, we've spent quite a lot of time and over the years investing in this network. So when we wanted to deliver a service to customers, we thought, what could we do to really wow our customers? So we are going to be launching for the first time unlimited plans on 5G. What that means is that you can come into our store and you can ask for a 5G plan, which is unlimited. So, you know, the speeds are fast, there's super, consumption that the customer expects. So we want to give them, that freedom and flexibility of consuming as much data as they want. We've basically designed plans that you can use on your phone. So if you've got a Huawei Pro phone or a Pro 2 phone, you're able to basically get, the 5G experience. Or if you want to connect in your home, you are able to get a CPE, which is really a router. And there you're also able to get, that amazing experience. So quite exciting for us. But all you need to do is to come into our store and you can enjoy that. More details will also be available through our website.
Mobile, you want to add to that?
Can I jump in?
Of course you can jump in. You're the boss.
No, not really. These guys don't think so. We have a lot of debate internally. One of the things that we are really trying to establish with 5G is to say the concept of unlimited with 5G, it has to be the new normal. So we can't be selling. I said, Mapula is very clear. She does not want to be selling megabytes on 5G. We want to be selling gigs and terabytes. And it's very important for us, of course, that this thing is affordable. One of the ambitions, again, which is linked to what Giovanni is doing, are saying, Giovanni, roll out the network. Mapula, lower the prices. Godfrey, get the spectrum. One of the ambitions we have is that what we charge for 5G unlimited, especially in the township households. We need to be similar to what MultiChoice DSTV charges for the compact package. I think it's around 400, 500 bucks. If we get the spectrum, Giovanni will build a network. We will be able to provide for households, whether you're in Umlazi, whether you're in Soweto, whether you're in Orange Farm, we will be able to provide 400, 500 price points, unlimited, basically bandwidth for 5G.
So on that point, Nobile from Reuters wants to know what happens when you give the temporary spectrum back.
I am assuming that ICASA cannot take basically the oxygen away from me. So what we're preparing for at MTN is to get to a commercial agreement. They've said they will do the auction by the end of the year. So what our finance teams are doing is prepare the money so we can pay for the spectrum. There is no business case to take the spectrum back. What we need to do, we need to transact with the government. We get the spectrum, then we can fuel the revolution. The revolution can't be undone. It's already started.
Giovanni, I know we touched on this earlier, but how many sites are currently live?
Already 100.
And again, just remind us for the rest of the year what we're expecting.
So exactly, the question is related to the answer from Godfrey. So it's very difficult to plan at this stage if you don't know what is happening from a spectrum perspective. As we said, especially the 3.5 gigahertz is considered in the industry as the golden band. That means the most in terms of devices and ecosystem. So that band has been granted under a temporary form. So, and it has to be returned back by the end of November, based on the current circumstances. So clearly, it's difficult to plan now if we don't know what is happening after the 30th of November.
Yeah.
So really, you're asking for clarity.
Yeah. So sorry to dominate the discussion here. The point is clear. We get the spectrum from ICASA, and then Giovanni has promised me that within the following 12 months, he will cover at least 10 million South Africans. That is really scaling fast. So that's if somebody was looking for an answer, that's what we're planning for. But again, as I say, we need to be given the spectrum for us to do our jobs.
Yeah, and Browning, usually I under-promise and over-deliver. Yeah?
You under-promise, over-deliver.
Under-promise, over-deliver.
Now, you know that this is going out broadly to many, many stakeholders. So you really have put your head on the block here. Godfrey is reiterating those promises. Mapula, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, it's really exciting. You know, our customers actually are very used to experiencing superior quality network. And I mean, thanks to Giovanni and the work that his team has done, every year, concurrently for the last 2 years, we've been winning the Best Network Award. But now what MTN is saying is we're taking it to the next level. So very exciting for us. You know, customers don't actually have to do much, and they can seamlessly enjoy this fantastic experience. And I think what's fantastic about 5G on MTN is that, you know, the credibility is already there, and it's really just about now making it available to the customer.
Giovanni, the pressure is building. The promises have been made. I have to ask you the proverbial. What keeps you awake at night right now?
I can tell you, in my whole life, I have really spent few nights awake. Yeah, probably 5.
So you sleep easy.
So,
you shouldn't be telling this to Godfrey and Mapula.
I'm quite comfortable with the challenge. I'm happy to be on the edge, and we will manage it.
So maybe you've got to push that promise, make him a little less sleeping easy at night. Godfrey, final word from you in terms of this being a huge day for you, huge day in the life of MTN South Africa. Your executives are excited. There's a lot to deliver once you have received the spectrum, which no doubt you will. Where to from here?
Yeah, thanks, Bronwyn. It's a beautiful day for South Africa. It's a significant step for MTN, not just South Africa, basically for the group. But I just want to emphasize one point. The future growth, whether you are talking in economy, you're talking factories, you're basically talking education, you're talking entertainment, is basically going to be based on 5G. For South Africa to be able to remain competitive, to grow its economy, it needs to match the world. The Chinese are pushing, the Americans are pushing, the Americans are pushing. People talk about the 4IR. We lost all the previous revolutions, industrial revolutions. At least can you not lose this one? But maybe coming back home, because you know what? I have to look at MTN SA and maybe not only not worry too much about something else. I have to basically thank the team. Giovanni, really thank you for working safely with your team. During a pandemic like this, we're able to basically deliver innovation like this. We always say that the pandemic won't basically stop us. Mapula, thank you very much. And Wanda, the commercial teams, making sure that we've got proper devices, we've got routers, all the stores are basically ready for this. So it's really, really great. And of course, the regulatory guys who basically were able to even get the spectrum from ICASA. So thank you. And of course, Jackie and basically all the MTNers that basically help us deliver this. So it's tough times, but we are resilient. We've got a can-do attitude. And as Wanda said, the future is bright for us.
Future is very bright. Godfrey, Mapula, Giovanni, thank you so much for your time. Thank you to everybody there joining us on the live broadcast, of course, to the media, to MTN South Africa, MTN Manco, employees, and also partners and customers. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy your week and discover 5G on MTN's network.
Thank you, guys.